Hey, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Matty B back finally back with another YouTube video. It's been a while. I haven't really made anything since WrestleMania. Since then, I've been getting married, getting promotions at work, starting a new project at work. All kinds of stuff been going on. Really, no excuse. But from this point forward, hopefully, I'll be able to make some more content and keep up with all the awesome wrestling stuff going on. As you all know, there's plenty to be covered coming up in the next few months. But focus today is going to be on All Out, All Elite Wrestling's latest show, probably the biggest show they're going to have next to Double or Nothing. Had a couple small shows in between. Good wrestling, not much storyline really, but some good stuff going on there. So this is my predictions, I guess, or a preview for All Out. And so the first match on there is going to be on the buy-in, which is their version of the pre-show, which is going to be 21 women, I believe, Battle Royale. And the winner will get a shot at the All Elite Wrestling's Women's Championship come TV time when they start working on that. I don't have all the names memorized, so I'm going to read off the ones that have been announced. I think like only half of them have been announced. So here's who we have so far. We have Ali, Yuka Sakazaki, Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, Brandy Rhodes, Teal Piper, Ivelisse, Jazz, Big Swole, Sadie Gibbs, Awesome Kong, and Shazza McKenzie. Now, I don't know too much about any of these women other than what I've seen on All Elite Wrestling, and I want to say my prediction would be Britt Baker seems to be the most probably pushed and most backed one by the company. So hard to choose because we don't have all the contestants, but Britt Baker seems like a good choice there. Next match we do have on the pre-show as well. It's going to be Private Party versus Jack Evans and Angelico. Private Party had a really good showing last time they were on the pre-show. They seem to be really over with the crowd. I'm going to say they'll probably win. I like Evans and Angelico, but they just haven't seemed to get over with the crowd too much. They're really good at what they do, but I think Private Party will probably take this one. Next up on the main show, we do have Lucha Boy and his stuntman. I don't know if that's their official tag name yet, but it is Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, and Jungle Boy, and they will be taking on SCU. Of course, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy are over like Rover. The crowd's really into them. SCU's established, very good tag team, respected veterans. In this case, I want to say SCU's probably going to take it. Like I said, I feel like a lot of their moves are going to be kind of business orientated, going towards their TV deal with TNT. They want to get familiar faces, familiar names, established names to kind of top their divisions. I think SCU is a good one for that, and they will be having, of course, a tag team tournament come TV time when they start in October. So I think that SCU will take that one, but I do think that the other team will look good in defeat because they are very over and everybody seems to love them. And then we have Riho and Shida. Other than what I've seen, of course, on the AEW shows, I don't know too much about them. They both looked really good in their showing. Shida got the pin in the triple threat tag team 3-on-6 woman tag match at Double or Nothing, whatever it was. She did get the win. Riho did look good at Fight for the Fallen. So if I had to choose, I want to say Shida. I know she's got good ties with Kenny Omega. They're doing tag stuff elsewhere, and Kenny is supposedly behind the women's division. So I'm going to say probably go with Shida to win that one. And I think the winner of this does also face the winner of the Battle Royale for the first ever AEW Women's Championship come TV time. Then next up we got, of course, the Best Friends, Trent Beretta and Chucky T versus the Dark Order. Dark Order has been pushed really hard by AEW ever since Double or Nothing. They've had, if not matches, they've had little interferences or whatever skits going in each pay-per-view. They haven't seemed to get over too well with the crowd, but everyone in AEW seems to be behind them. So I think they'll probably win this. Of course, the winner of this gets a first round bye in the tag team tournament when they start that come October. So I think the Dark Order would be the winners of this one. The next match is probably going to be pretty crazy. The most spectacular match of the card is, of course, Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, and Darby Allin. I really like Darby Allin showing against Cody Rhodes, of course. They went to a time limit draw, made him look really good. His style of offense is really unique. It's really cool to see him flip around the ring and the way he moves around is very, very cool and different. Of course, Joey Janela's over all the time. He could probably lose every match forever, and he'll still be over because he's crazy. And Jimmy Havoc, kind of the same deal. So it seems like the one who has the most to gain from a win would be Darby Allin. So I say he would probably win this one. Next is the Escalera de la Muerte ladder of death match with the Lucha Bros, who are the AAA Tag Champs, against, of course, the Jackson brothers, Matt and Nick Jackson. This one should be really cool. These guys work really well together. Actually, they've done a lot of matches together. At least this one's a tag ladder match, which should add a new element to it. I think maybe people are starting to get tired of seeing them together on AEW because I think every match they've had has been with each other. But I would say it makes sense for the Lucha Brothers to win, get the the AAA Tag Team Championships off of AEW TV for now, because it'll be weird to have the Young Bucks with the Tag Championships from another promotion when they're going to have a tournament for their promotion on their TV show, which would be very confusing for new watching fans. So I would say get the Lucha Brothers to win, take them back over to AAA and kind of leave them there, have them lose them there, and then they can jump into the tag team tournament fresh with no titles, no confusing titles in there. So probably be the show stealer, because these guys are crazy with ladders. They're crazy spot guys, and I think it'll be the best match. But I do think the Lucha Brothers will win. And then next we got Cody versus Sean Spears, a.k.a. Ty Dillinger, or I guess formerly known as Ty Dillinger. This is, of course, the fallout from the chair shot heard around the world, where Spears came in, smacked Cody with the chair, busted him open. It was a big old thing. I think Cody needs to lose this one. Sean Spears needs to win because he has the most to gain. He'll get that super heel heat going into the TV deal, and they'll have another nice established heel. I don't think there's too many established heels right now. They do have MJF, who kind of really hasn't been booked well since he's been on AEW. He's really good at talking crap, but he hasn't done a lot of real good in-ring work. So, Sean Spears is great in the ring. He could probably win in some underhanded way. Of course, he does have Tully Blanchard in his corner. We don't know who Cody's going to have, but I think Sean Spears will be the most beneficial winner from this matchup here. Then, of course, we got Kenny Omega versus Pac, who is unfortunately replacing, well, I guess not too unfortunately, but he is replacing Jon Moxley. Mox did get another infection when he was in the G1 in Japan in his elbow, so he had to get surgery and pull out. But Pac is going to replace him. Pac's, of course, fantastic in the ring. So is Kenny. This matchup is probably going to be the best technical match on the card. Both these guys can do crazy, spectacular flips, jumps, lots of knee slaps and super kicks and all that good stuff. So this match should be good. I think Kenny needs the win here because Pac has really not a definite future with AEW. There's a lot of rumors he won't be back. This is a one-off, all kinds of things. Wouldn't be good for Kenny to lose a match to someone who's not going to stick around. And also, Kenny is probably the future of the company. I know a lot of people want to say Hangman is, but Kenny's like the guy, and he needs to be pushed better. He did have that fallout from losing to Jericho at Double or Nothing, which he hasn't really come back from. He had a cool thing at Fyter Fest with the Bucks, but other than that, we haven't really seen too much of him being in a positive light. So I would say he needs to win this. But this will probably be a fantastic match. Unfortunately, we won't get to see Moxley, but with Kenny winning, we could probably go down the line and keep that feud going. He has cut some really good promos talking about Jon Moxley's recent run in AEW and New Japan, so this could be good groundwork for their feud going forward. And then finally, we have the main event for the first ever AEW champion. Of course, Y2J Chris Jericho versus Hangman Adam Page. And this is a tough one because on one hand, Hangman's the babyface. He's the guy they've kind of been pushing. He hasn't really gotten too over, like crazy babyface champion over. He is really over though. And you do kind of want your own guy to win your first ever championship. However, on the other hand, Chris Jericho's established name. People will see that name. Lapsed fans will see him and want to go watch AEW, see that he's the champion, and be like, oh, we know Chris Jericho. We can go check him out, see what he's doing these days. But then again, you don't want a former WWE guy, a guy who's very established as a WWE guy, to be your first champion when they're competition. But it's a tough one to say. I personally think Chris Jericho will win. I think it'd be the smarter move business-wise and spectacle-wise. Get a lot of heat on him. He's dastardly, and he could say a lot of mean, bad things to Adam Page and make him look even more baby faces. And when he finally overcomes the odds and wins, it'll be a more grand victory for him. So I think Chris Jericho will win this. But with that being said, I'm really excited for the show. I can't wait. Hopefully be able to do a post-show, giving my thoughts and review on the whole thing. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to get more videos out, cranking them out for you guys, and keeping up with all this fantastic wrestling stuff that's going to be coming up in the very near future. So go ahead and leave a like, if you will, subscribe, share, whatever, comment, anything you guys want to do to help me out. Gladly appreciate it, and I will see you all on the next one. Thank you.